What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. Have a matchup today: Usopp versus Shanks, one of our tougher matchups. Playing my good friend James. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Um, this is one of those matchups that again's kind of tough, but it gets a little bit more favorable if we can see King Kong guns. We kind of have to like survive a little bit and then pop off on one turn. That's kind of the path to victory here. At least that's kind of like in my experience. We lost the dice roll though. We're going second. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think the card that's just like is Rayleigh. I'm more concerned about Rayleigh's than I am concerned about other things, because Rayleigh has a potential to completely blow up my board depending on how his board is. But he taps one and passes. We're going to tap one for a Leo Searcher. We're going to be able to find the Rebecca 2K King Kong gun. Looking at my hand, really thinking this through, I have another Leo Searcher I can play next turn, but I think the idea here is let's grab the Rebecca and the King Kong gun. Those are two important, necessary pieces, and we're going to pitch the Cavendish. Probably could have pitched the Zoro. He's going to swing 5 life. We're going to don't like taking that, but we do find stage. He taps 3 for a Sanji. So we could kill that Sanji immediately, but I want to establish stage now, and then we can also search with Leo. So let's do that now. We're able to grab a Frankie. We can grab another Kyros. We can grab the 7-cost Luffy. I think the 7-cost Luffy is going to be one that like could be pretty. Again, we kind of have to pop off in one turn. That's kind of how I'm playing this in my head. And I think the idea of having that Luffy is probably the most explosive card. So we're going to grab the Luffy and a Frankie blocker. Now we need to pitch something. And probably going to end up pitching the Zoro, but also could pitch the Frankie we just picked up. That's probably the two cards I'm between. Going to end up pitching the Frankie. Don't like pitching a card with counter, but it is what it is. Seeing 7 in the life, he takes. No trigger. So we hit his life once. He taps 5 for a Marco, pops one of our Leos. We're at too many cards in hand to draw. We don't mind the popping of the Leo. He swings 5 life, we give him the 2K Barto, and he swings 6 life, and we give him the 2K Sabo. We draw another King Kong gun. We're at 6 Dawn. Here's where it'd be really nice if we were at 7 Dawn. We were on curve because we could we could pop off. We could play the Rebecca Kiro Zoro combo and really just destroy his board while establishing a big board. But we don't have that, so we're going to swing 6 in the life, still have 4 Dawn. And we're going to tap 4 to pop his Sanji. At the same time, we're putting 2 cards in trash. That's going to help our King Kong guns later, hopefully. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're about halfway there. He swings 5 in the life. We don't have any counter other than the Rebecca, so I really need that. He swings 6 life, and we give him the 2K that we just picked up. And he taps 3 for another Sanji, and he taps 4 for a Lucky Roo blocker. Now, Lucky Roo blocker can, on KO, pop a 6,000 power or less of my characters. So my Zoro could die. So I'm at 8 Dawn. I can Rebecca Kyros here. I'm thinking about whether to swing, but as soon as I swing, he's going to block that Lucky Roo and pop my Zoro. So let's tap 7 for Rebecca, draw a card. And I'm going to establish the Kyros only. I could play another card, but I don't want to. I'm going to pop back the blocker, and then I'm going to swing. I can swing that Kyros. First, I'm going to swing 5 life. He leader effects, I believe. Yeah, leader effect. No, he gives a counter. He gives me a 1K counter. And then I'm going to swing 6 into life. He gives me a 2K, and I'm going to swing 10 into the Marco. This might be a slight mistake because he can just save with an event, which he does. Maybe I could have swung a higher number with leader or swing 7 with Zoro, but I think it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're still at 7. We only have a 2K in hand. He's going to tap 8 for a Rayleigh. He's going to minus our Kyros down 2,000 power, minus the Zoro down 3,000 power, and pop. He's going to swing 6 life with the Sanji. We do get to draw a card. We give him the 2Ks. We give him the 2 2Ks we have. Then we got to take this last life. We draw another Rebecca. Here's where this is the pivotal turn, and I'm going to end up making a big mistake here. I have the Kyros at the 7,000 power. Let's have 1 for Rebecca. 1 filling up my trash, but 2 can help me find some pieces. I could grab this Kyros and play it as part of the Rebecca, but I think I need to establish the 7-cost Luffy. So I'm going to grab the Adeo blocker. Now here's what I have. I believe 9 standing Dawn. What I should do, and what I think in my head, is I should Rebecca into the 7-cost Luffy. And then tap 2 for an Adeo blocker. By doing that, if I play the 7-cost Luffy, I'm pretty sure I can clear the Sanji. I'm hoping he doesn't have a ton of cards, and I think he's got like 2 or 3. I'm hoping I can clear the Marco as well. I'm hoping one of those isn't an event. I should swing 7 with the Kyros I have on board. But here's where I make the mistake where I think, oh, I need to clear that Marco, so I put a Dawn on, and now I'm at 8 Dawn, so I can't establish a blocker and Rebecca this turn. I can't establish the 7-cost Luffy standing as well as a blocker standard. And here's where I realized my mistake. I should have 2 Dawn. I'm thinking, where was the extra Dawn? I calculated for this, but I just kind of threw it onto the Kyros. I swing 4 into the 3. He lets it die, but he gets to draw a card. So now I need to make a decision here. I've already swung my leader 2 of 5 life to draw leader effect out. If I play the 7-cost Luffy, he can just Dawn up appropriately with leader and Rayleigh and kill us. Like, we're probably dead. So I have to play this Adeo down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 6 Dawn, and this is such a dumb play. I hate that I'm doing this, but it's the only play. Is I'm going to put 6 Dawn on Leo and swing 8. I'm realizing I made my mistake. I'm like, there's the Dawn. I don't really have another play other than, I guess I could King Kong on the Leo, but I'm not going to get double attack because I'm not at 15 cards in trash. But we do succeed in hitting his life once, so he's down to 3 life. Again, misplay on my part. Here he's going. He swings 5 life, or excuse me, 5 in the Leo. We get to draw a card. Because of that, we draw a 3rd King Kong gun. He swings 8 into the 4. I'm thinking about whether to give him the Adeo blocker for this, but I decide not to because I think of Rush Shanks coming down, but it's actually a pop Shanks, so he pops my Kyros. And then now this is where, like, if I had the 7-cost Luffy already standing, he would have had to make a choice to pop that or the Kyros. And I think we're just about at like 13 cards in trash, so we could find a way to like cheese that by playing multiple King Kong guns by getting those into the trash. Something along those lines. This is where I would have to go forget. This is the turn. So instead, I'm going to Rebecca into. We're going to play the Luffy, and we're going to play the Kyros. Or excuse me, the Kyros. The Cavendish rested. We have 3 standing Dawn. I still have the Adeo blocker standing. We're in a much weaker spot. But what I can do, I have 3 King Kong guns in hand. I'm really realistically only going to need 2. So I'm going to swing 5 life, see if I can get leader effect if he takes. I'm going to tap 3 for King Kong gun and swing 13 into the 8. If he leader effects, it's 12 into the 8. So we'd get 3 cards out of hand. And he lets it die. So now here's like, we have to hope that like if he goes for game, like we have the blocker, But instead, he has a lime juice, which makes it so he can't activate that blocker. So no matter what we're cooked, he's going to essentially swing 12 per game. We have 4 cards in hand, but only 1k counter total right now. The max we could get up to, I believe, is 13. So I guess we could counter out of one of these 12k swings if our hand was complete 2ks. But we've given a decent amount of 2k. So he's just like, why am I thinking about this too much? He swings, and then we lay it out. So ultimately, I mean, we talked about it extensively afterwards. I made a mistake on that one turn because I needed to establish that Luffy. I asked him if I had that Luffy and that Kyros out, which one would he have popped? And he said he would have popped the Luffy with the pop Shanks, assuming he goes about playing it that same turn. But that would have been, we still could have been able to go for game that turn because he would have been, I believe, at like 3 life. And we would, if he plays the, he did say he had a Red Hawk in hand for defense, but if he still plays the pop Shanks, he's not going to be able to play that Red Hawk. So we might have been able to sneak it still with the amount of King Kong guns we had in hand. We could have like double King Kong gun twice and taken all his life, and then something along those lines. Unfortunately, didn't go our way. That mistake. We kind of were. I mean, it was a tough matchup, and he played it really well. And I didn't kind of didn't see the perfect stuff I needed to see, but also I just made a big misplay. So that's on me. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let me know if in the comments anything I could see, anything else that you could see that I could do differently. Appreciate you guys, and see you next time.